Giving compliments when you have social anxiety disorder. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and ring the bell for more videos. Compliments are less likely to be given by people who suffer from social anxiety than those who are naturally comfortable in social situations. However, by learning the rules of giving good compliments and putting them into practice daily, you can become just as adept at giving praise. Giving compliments is an important social skill to learn because it is a great way to start conversations, develop social bonds and reduce anxiety about communicating. 9 steps to giving great compliments. Don't give out compliments randomly. You should genuinely believe the compliment, or it will come across as insincere. Give specific rather than general compliments. Instead of "your kitchen looks great," say something like, "Your kitchen looks great. I really like your new cabinetry and hardware." Just as in receiving compliments, giving compliments helps you start a conversation. You might add in, "Where did you get the cabinets from?" or "Who installed your kitchen?" Consider the setting and your relationship with the person to make sure that the compliment is appropriate. Comments of a personal nature should only be offered to close friends in private settings. Use creative and unusual words instead of everyday ones, which would stay with you longer. "Your new dress is really nice," or "Your new dress is fabulous." "I love the fabric, it is really eye-catching." Take opportunities to compliment character traits rather than appearance, as these types of compliments are rarely heard. For example, compliment a mother on her compassion for her children, or a teacher on his ability to keep students motivated. Be willing to give constructive criticism. Compliments mean more when the other person knows that you aren't afraid to also be honest about faults. Don't be afraid to compliment people in authority. People in power tend to receive fewer compliments and you might be pleasantly surprised at the response you receive. The person will probably welcome the positive feedback. When complimenting someone with low self-esteem, it may be better to avoid inflated praise and to compliment behavior rather than personal characteristics. Research has shown that when children with low self-esteem are given inflated praise or praise about their personal characteristics, it tends to backfire, making them worry about future failures or avoid future challenges. Once you have mastered the art of giving compliments, you may find that you are also better at gracefully receiving compliments. Remember, whether giving or receiving, compliments should always be a positive experience. Research on compliments and social anxiety disorder. In one small study of 17 individuals with generalized social phobia, it was shown that those with the disorder had physiological reactions to negative comments, criticism, but not to positive or neutral comments. Point 1. While you can't control what others say to you, why not consider controlling what you say to yourself? Negative thoughts are not that different from criticism from others. Think of it this way, every time you think a negative thought about yourself, you are potentially causing yourself to stress. Instead, try thinking positive or neutral thoughts about yourself to promote better emotional stability and well-being. Catch yourself every time you have a negative thought about yourself and replace it with a positive or neutral one. While at first, this might feel awkward, over time it will become more automatic. How do you accept a compliment with social anxiety disorder? If you have social anxiety disorder, SAD, you might have a hard time gracefully accepting and giving compliments. For example, when someone positively comments on something about you, your tendency might be to dismiss and downplay the compliment. For instance, when a coworker tells you that you did a good job on a project, you might respond by saying something like, "Well, anyone could have done what I did." You might think you're being humble, or perhaps you genuinely don't feel that you deserve the praise. When you negatively respond to compliments, it implies that you don't value your work, your appearance, your home, or whatever it is that you have been complimented on. Over time, this negativity will erode your confidence. Learning how to graciously take a compliment is an important social skill, but particularly if you are dealing with social anxiety. How to respond to compliments. There are 4 steps to properly receiving and responding to a compliment. Say thank you. Even if you can't think of anything else to say, at the very least try to remember to be gracious when someone compliments you. Try not to pause too long before saying thank you or your sincerity might be questioned. Add a positive comment. When someone says something nice about you or something that you've achieved, keep the positivity going rather than negating it. Respond affirmatively with something like, "I put a lot of effort into this project," or "I spent a long time choosing the color scheme for this room." Return the compliment. As long as it's genuine, returning a compliment can also be a positive response. For example, when you receive praise from a mentor, you might respond by saying, "Thank you. I appreciate that coming from you because I really respect your opinion." Use a conversation opener. A compliment can be a great way to start a conversation. To keep a pleasant chat going, follow up on a nice comment with something like, "I've been meaning to ask," or "I wanted to ask your opinion about." 10 unique ways to give compliments. Example scenario. Sarah is preparing to attend a holiday party at her new office. She goes to the hair salon and is convinced to try a new style. She loves the result and is feeling pretty good about how she looks, though she's still anxious about the party. However, when she arrives at the function, a coworker greets her and immediately says, "I love your new hairstyle." Embarrassed by the attention, Sarah hesitates. After an awkward pause, she replies, "You think so? I am not sure if I will keep it this way." Scenarios like Sarah's can be common for people with SAD. Here's an example of how she could have gracefully accepted her coworker's compliment and given her self-esteem a boost. "Thank you, I just had it done. I really like the style too. And I really appreciate the compliment coming from you. Your hair always looks amazing." 100 Positivity boosting compliments. Compliments can also be great ways to start conversations. If someone offers you a compliment, it's often a sign that they would like to get to know you better and would be receptive to conversation openers. To keep the conversation with her coworker going, Sarah could have added, "I went to the new hair salon downtown. What salon do you go to?" If you tend to respond negatively to compliments, it will take practice to learn how to respond in a positive way. Compliments and social anxiety disorder. If social anxiety is getting in the way of giving or receiving compliments, a mental health professional can help you determine if underlying anxiety is preventing you from participating in these valuable social exchanges.